And guys, today we're going to talk about the winning difference. What's it going to take and how are you going to get there? Right now, guys, we are seeing a lot of volatility, of course, in the marketplace, and it's filled with just chock full of all kinds of fear, all kinds of doubt, all kinds of worry. And a lot of folks are thinking, hey, look, is it really going to pan out like they all say that it will? And the thing that I want to encourage you with is this, guys, it doesn't just have to depend on what's going on out there. It can depend a lot on what's going on right in here. And guys, you have got to get this down because this market, if you do not prepare for it, will literally eat you alive. What we're seeing right now is a lot of pent up pressure on this economy. And we know that we're seeing like, hey, this government shutdown and all that's going along with that. But guys, the broader economy is hurting. Now, I don't care how people want to spend it because I'll tell you what, they'll say, well, you know, hey, things are going great for corporations and all this and that, which in some cases it is. But in a lot of cases, guys, it is not. And there is a major disconnect between the real boots on the ground economy and the market. And this is the game that they play. A lot of people, as you know, are hurting right now big time. I mean, we just got notification that the UPS and Amazon are laying off tens of thousands of people. And we're seeing a big time crunch, of course, with, individual credit, where a lot of people are facing some serious defaults on their credit card payments, their car payments, their mortgages, and all this kind of stuff. And it's because, of course, they don't have the jobs, the liquidity, the income. They don't have what was there. And when you think that just this week, and as of November the 1st, which, people have said, hey, look, they're going to claw back. They're going to hold off on those SNAP payments and stuff like that. And that 42 million people living within the borders, I'm going to say it that way, of the United States. Why? Because a lot of people said, hey, 42 million, Americans. Well, hey, maybe they're not all Americans. So what? The fact of the matter is 42 million people living within inside the borders of the United States are depending on food stamps just to make it. Well, that right there, guys, tells you where we are with the state of the broader boots on the ground economy now in the market. Look, we're seeing record profits like we haven't seen in years. And especially when you think about it from an environment point of view, you've got new all-time highs for the NASDAQ, the Dow, the Russell, the S&P, all that. New all-time highs for both gold and silver. Of course, commodities going crazy. New all-time highs in this digital asset space. Guys, the markets are literally going bonkers and are seeing record gains. Well, I think, guys, that we are being pent up for a major melt up, and it will happen in very quick succession. I believe it. But right after that, I'm telling you what I expect. I expect that we are going to see such a correction that it is going to literally, that in and of itself is going to floor people. It is going to rise, but guys, it will fall. Excuse me. Listen. For every bull market, there has been a bear market. Of course, every bear market, there is a bull market. But you have got to be thinking about where you're going to put your strategic focus in this bull cycle. Because, look, I was there last time and I watched it absolutely fly. Change people's lives in ways that most of them thought were never going to happen. Certainly that's what happened to Judy and I. But, guys, a bear market did come. Now, when things dropped in that bear market, look, it dropped 80 to 90%. Man alive, was that a bang crash. And, guys, it happened fast, faster than it even went up. It came back down way faster. And with this current cycle that we're in, and we get the blow off top that we're expecting, which I do believe is coming, I'm going to tell you something. Do I ever think that all of that goes up will be coming down? Now, will it drop as much as what we have seen in the past? Well, we get the regulatory clarity piece, guys, then I don't think we'll see the same level of volatility, at least for some of these assets, and certainly for XRP. I'm not expecting it to drop 80 to 90%, but I am expecting it to drop. And it could be a drop as much as 30 to 50%. Have you thought about that? And in that environment, would you be able to digest it if it did happen? Because I personally know folks that rode it all the way up, and I kid you not, rode the whole thing all the way back down. They were borrowing money to make it. They became millionaires, guys. Rode it all the way up, all the way down, and never not once took a dime of profit. Now, for me, this is a major deal. And I want you to make it. And I'm telling you that one of the ways in which you're going to be able to do that is to forward think, look forward. Don't let yourself, number one, get really ripped off and shaken out because of the fear, the uncertainty, and the doubt. Because that right there, that in and of itself will do a mind game on you, and for all the time that you've been investing, and then you just capitulate at the moment it's going to take off. Well, guys, who wants that to happen? You don't want to miss that. But at the same time, guys, you don't want to be holding on to it as the air is coming out of the top of a balloon and you're just all like this and landing up way over there either. So you've got to do something. And what is that? You got to have a strategy. And this is where we have come out and we have helped so many people do that with the coaching that we offer. I opened up my coaching, by the way, on November the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. I've got some spots open, and not that many. I think it may be about 8 spots, 6 to 8 spots. But anyway, they're open there. If it interests you, you visit me at thedigitaloutlook.com. Get yourself on the calendar there, because I'll tell you what, guys, we have worked with so many fantastic and fabulous people, really helping them to balance their portfolio towards the achievement of their goals. And there are ways in which you can do it. And you get out and you really do educate yourself. Now, why do I believe that we're going to see a major melt up and then a big time collapse? Well, guys, because in prior markets, do you know when you knew you were at the top? When it was hysteria on steroids, when you literally saw outright euphoria. And we have not even seen that in this cycle, not even close to what it has been, even for one that Judy and I were a part of in 2020 to 2021. And it wasn't even big in comparison to the 2017, 2018 one. But we have not got there yet. And there's a lot of assets that you can literally see they are just right there and ready to explode. And I believe what we're going to see coming forward is we're going to see a lot of things happen in the month of November with the ETFs going live. I think that's going to be a big catalyst. Of course, Ripple getting the banking license from the OCC, big catalyst. Of course, the regulatory clarity piece. And remember this, guys, on November 25th, ISO 222 messaging standard goes full bore around the wide world, where if you want to be involved in this, new economy as a bank, you're going to have to subscribe to all these standards. Who are the two, blockchain technologies that were a part of that ISO 222 messaging standard board? It was Ripple and it was Stellar. Now that ought to tell you lots right there. And so we have not yet seen that mainstream massive euphoria. I was thinking euphoria and saying hysteria, but we haven't seen it yet. And so I think it's coming. And when it flies, I do believe it is going to be massive, massive, massive. Now, why do I believe that after that we are going to see some correction? Well, first of all, historically, for every bull market, there has been a bear market. And every bear market, of course, there is a bull market. But guys, if you zoom out and you look